Greetings, class. This is Professor Andrea Proctor. We'll be going over the topics that we will be discussing for week 2. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to email me. My email address is aproctor@iau.la. All right, so hopefully last week you were able to do your discussion questions online and you were able to complete your task. If you have any other questions or concerns, please let me know. If you have not completed those tasks, I did give a deadline until the 29th because I know some of the students were newly added to the course. So go ahead and complete that so then we can get started and we can have a good term, and we're coming up on our second week, so make sure you get that done. So we'll go over the lesson plan for week 2. All right, so week 2 we're going to discuss the opportunities of challenges in intercultural communication, and that's such an important topic because I'm sure a lot of you have worked with different cultures and you're from a different culture that's not American culture, and so a lot of different cultures like to communicate very differently. So I'm sure some of you guys know that in American culture we're pretty informal and we are pretty relaxed. But then there are other cultures that are extremely formal. So it's good to learn how to adapt to these different cultures depending on what your professional work life is going to be like. Also, we're going to define culture and how culture is learned. So generally speaking, culture are the norms, values, and beliefs of a certain group or a certain society. So what we are familiar with, maybe with our families, is not something that other families are familiar with. Or perhaps if we come from a different country, we know that the different countries do things differently than in America. We're also going to define stereotyping and ethnocentrism. Everybody stereotypes, whether we don't mean to do it or whether we just do it naturally. Some people just have their preference of what they like to hang out with or who they like to associate with. Ethnocentrism kind of is a good definition of saying that what we think in our culture or where we're from is to be true, and that's how the rest of the world should be. Okay, so maybe something that we're familiar with is what we think the rest of the world should be, and that's kind of just a broad and basic definition of ethnocentrism. Also, this week we're going to discuss steps that can improve intercultural communication skills. We will also go over understand the 3 steps writing process. We're going to describe the importance of analyzing the audience and identify 6 factors to be considered when developing an audience profile. We're going to discuss gathering information for simple messages and identify 3 attributes of quality information. We're also going to explain why good organization is important to both sender and to the audience. And then lastly, we're going to summarize the process for organizing business messages effectively. So those are just the basic topics that we'll be going over for week 2. If you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to email me at aproctor@iau.la. Thanks, guys. Bye.